Hello YouTube. As you can see from the shirt that my dad bought me in an airport, I like beer. I also turned 21 recently, so I thought it'd be super fun to unbox and brew my own beer using my Mr. Beer Premium Edition Brewing Kit I got for Christmas last year. But I am going to need a little bit of assistance making this beer. Oh, look who it is.
And what better way to flavor it than with some SPIGOTs here.
So, yeah, like I said, it makes 2 gallons of great tasting beer. I believe my mom got it on Amazon. I just want to be clear, I'm not sponsored by Mr. Beer in any way, but if they did want to partner up, I would be interested. So, it comes with a keg, the fermenter. This is a fermenter. As you can see, made from the finest quality plastics. Oh, and then we've got bottles to brew it in, and I guess there's stuff inside of here too. Yeah, I think the ingredients are in there. Yeah, dude. We got, oh boy, Classic American Light. I believe this is the hopped malt extract that we are going to be making. They sell other flavors, but this is the one that came with the premium edition. We can open this. Got another bottle. So we've got, I believe these are the instructions. Ooh. So these are like little gumdrops of pure sugar and glucose that are, I guess you drop in the beer once you've brewed it, and it carbonates it, and then you seal it up, and it like creates carbon dioxide. I am so curious what these taste like. Instructions. These instructions will familiarize you with our standard beer brewing procedures of the Mr. Beer home brewing system. So once you're familiar with the basic principles of the brewing system, you will be able to make a wide range of other beers using this kit. First thing we have to do is assemble the spigot.
This is so silly looking.
It looks, yeah. I don't know how much it cost, but I don't think this is like meant for the person who actually takes beer brewing incredibly seriously. Okay, there we go. Fill the keg with water and then let the keg sit for at least 15 minutes to test for leaks. Okay. Cool. We did not wait 15 minutes because who's got that kind of time? And we are ready for step 2, which is cleaning. Cleaning is an essential step in the brewing process because it kills microscopic bacteria, wild yeast, and molds that may cause off flavors in your beer. You must clean all equipment that comes in contact with your beer. That is in bold print. Fill clean keg with warm water, then add 1/2 packet of NORINSE cleaner and stir until dissolved. Ow, fuck!
You burning yourself?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get warm water that's scalding. Screw on the lid and swirl the keg so that the cleaning solution makes contact with the entire interior of the keg, including the underside of the lid. Allow it to sit for at least 2 minutes and then swirl again. 2 minutes. Good thing our oven clock is broken. I made beer and it was so easy. In as little as 14 days, you can be drinking a tall, frosty mug of the best beer you've ever tasted with the satisfaction that only comes from knowing you brewed it yourself. Look at that satisfaction right there on his face. I hope I look like that when I'm drinking my beer. That's right, you heard it here first, folks. Oh, the DVD!
Yeah!
Nice! Remove lid and place underneath the spigot. Open the spigot and fill the lid. Dispense all of the sanitizing solution into a large bowl. Place your spoon, your can opener, your measuring... Oh, shit. They didn't tell us to sanitize our spoon. I already mixed... Oh, shit.
Wouldn't the spoon get sanitized?
I guess that's true, yeah. If you want to start doing that... After all surfaces have been thoroughly cleaned, do not rinse or dry the fermenter or utensils. Proceed immediately to the brewing process. So you got that?
Immediately.
Time is a fact. I don't know if it is or isn't a factor here, but we have to hurry. This is weird. So we have to keep them in there for 2 more minutes. Okay, step 3. Now you're ready to brew your beer. There are 4, count them, 4 ingredients needed to produce beer. Malted barley, hops, yeast, and water.
Malted barley, yeast, weast,
and
water.
The brewing process combines malt, hops, and water to produce wort.
You.
Oh, pronounced wort. W-O-R-T, but it's pronounced W-E-R-T. The wort is then combined with yeast, and with a little patience, just a little, the wort is transformed into beer. Mixing your first batch should take about 30 minutes, but it isn't beer until the yeast does its part. Using the clean measuring cup, pour 4 cups of water into your 3-quart or larger pot. Bring water to a
just like
boil. God dang it, they did. Oh shit. We do need a stove. Our stove isn't on. It turned off. Oh.
All the stoves in the complex don't work right now.
Really? Is yours still out too? Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, it's heat.
Oh, okay. Crisis averted. The stove works. It's just the oven that doesn't. Now we're putting the brewing extract in the hot water before we prep it to be boiled. 3. We need to bring it to a boil. So the water is just about boiling, and before we take that off, we need to open the can of extract.
Worms.
Okay. Best before July 21st, 2017.
Oh boy.
All right, we're using expired extract, so let's see how this goes. It smells like dog food.
Ew. Oh Jesus.
It's like a syrup.
What the fuck?
All right, so we got that. Stir until thoroughly mixed. Oh, wow, it's really thick. Ew. Okay, cool. So we're now going to pour the wort into the keg. Oh, wow. So weird. Okay. All right, now we gotta fill it with more water. I think my number one worry right now is that we didn't sanitize everything correctly. What I'm scared of is that that's gonna be our downfall. So, we just completed step 5. Well, step 5 of step 3. This is really confusing. Oh shoot, we didn't mix vigorously.
Get your elbow moving up and down like this. There you go.
All right.
That seems about right.
Now for the final step is to sprinkle the entire yeast packet into the keg.
Ooh, very nice.
The only thing we need to make sure of is that our temperature of our environment where our beer is going to be brewed is between 68 to 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and we need to find a nice place for this to sit for the next 2 to 3 weeks while it brews.
That's going to be all that there is for this video.
Tune in next
week
when
we add the corn syrup.
Alright, so we're back. The directions say 2 to 3 weeks, so 14 to 21 days. It's actually been 24. I guess ultimately it's better to be over-prepared than under, but we have certainly overshot our 2 to 3 week mark, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine. So we've let our beer sit and brew in the fermenter. I kept it in a nice, reasonably temperature-controlled environment, and no one's touched it, no one's opened it, as far as I know. So if all goes to plan, this should be, well brewed, and it should ultimately be what we want it to be, which is uncarbonated beer, and we can move on to the next step of the brewing process. Reid is not with me right now because he's a loser, but show must go on. So let's move on to the next step, shall we? Step 4, bottling and carbonating. After 2 to 3 weeks, you will know that your beer is ready to bottle and carbonate by tasting a small sample. The beer should taste like flat beer. Lovely. If the beer is sweet, make sure it is at the correct temperature range and let it ferment for a few days longer, but no longer than a total of 4 weeks. Oh wow. We are very close to the 4-week mark, so it doesn't look like we're gonna need to worry about that. Once fermentation is complete, you will transfer the beer into the bottles and, depending on the bottle size, add the appropriate amount of priming sugar to produce the proper level of carbonation. All right, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think it is time to sample the beer and see how it tastes. Not really looking forward to it. I can't imagine it's gonna taste very good, but you know, we all have to make sacrifices for our art, so. All right, so I guess we'll just use the spigot to just get a little bit of the beer. Oh, that didn't do anything. Try turning it the other way. Oh wow, all right, that's more than I thought I was gonna get. Oh, it certainly smells like beer. All right, so it looks like beer, it smells like beer. I mean, yeah. I mean, it definitely lives up to the American Light title because it just tastes like flat, warm Coors Light or like whatever cheap beer that you might find in like a cheap gas station. It's got that very particular like kind of citrusy but like also kind of bitter taste to it. It's just, yeah, it's gross because it's warm. And I mean, obviously it's flat as well, but good news is it's ready to be bottled. I think we have been successful in brewing it, and now it's time to carbonate it and let it sit for however long it needs to sit for so that we can have a finished product. Wait, what? Okay, when your beer is ready to bottle, fill a 1-gallon container with warm water and then add the remaining half pack of no-rinse cleanser and stir until dissolved. Oh no. Okay, I don't know that I kept the no-rinse cleanser. Figure out if that's gonna be an issue. Oh, yeah, no, we got it. It's all good. So we've got the rest of the no-rinse cleanser right here. Got all our bottles. 1-gallon container. I guess I'll just do the biggest pot that we have. Get some nice warm water going. All right, so now we're mixing the no-rinse cleanser into the warm water. Distribute the cleaning solution equally amongst the bottles. Screw on caps and shake bottles vigorously. Allow to sit for 10 minutes and then shake bottles again. I guess ultimately I have to get all of this into there so that they can be sanitized for when we put the beer in, because I guess if they're not properly sanitized, that can like affect the flavor of the beer or something. I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm not really sure how to get... I guess I could just... I feel like I'm gonna... No, that didn't work. Alright, that didn't work. I need like a funnel or something. I guess let's just get a little bit in each of them. Alright, so now we have sanitized and emptied all the bottles. So, step 3, add 2 carbonation drops to each 740 milliliter bottle. I believe these are 740 milliliters, so 2 drops in each of these, which I believe are these puppies right here. Okay, so now we've got all of the carbonation tablets in all of the bottles. We've got the caps ready to go. Next thing to do is to hold the bottle at an angle and fill each bottle about 2 inches from the bottle's top. All right, guess that's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm enlisting the help of my trusty Ben because we're running so low on beer that like it actually won't reach the spout anymore. And so I just need you to hold the back end up while I pour it in.
That is not 2 inches.
That's totally 2 inches.
That's like, okay. It's like 1.5.
I've got it. More spoon.
Okay.
All right, well, that's disgusting.
Are you sure it's safe to drink?
All right, so we have bottled all 10.5 bottles of beer. I guess there wasn't enough in the distiller to make 11 bottles, but that's all right. I've noticed that the carbonation drops that I put in each of them have not fully dissolved yet, so I guess that's what the 2 to 3 weeks that we still have in the brewing process are for. I guess they just need like time to remain idle and carbonate, I guess. I'm not really sure. Step 5, conditioning. Store the bottles upright and out of direct sunlight in a location with a consistent temperature between 68 and 76 degrees. So that is the same temperature that the beer brewed in. So I think using the same spot that I put the fermenter in would be a good spot for me just to put the bottles in. If the bottles are exposed to a colder temperature, they will take much longer to carbonate. If warmer than 76 degrees, all flavors will be accelerated in the bottles. Allow it to sit for a minimum of 14 to 21 days, so 2 to 3 weeks to allow for full carbonation. So 3 weeks from today, we will come back, see if our beer is carbonated, and I guess test it. In the meantime, I guess we could add the labels to the bottles. That'd be fun. So I'm not gonna lie, now that I've got the beer conditioning and everything pretty much done, I've got a few of these carbonation drops left, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to taste them. Probably a really bad idea, but I mean, there's 3 left. Not really gonna be putting them to any use, so. I mean, it's pretty much just sugar, so like I don't see what the big deal is, but. Yeah, it's just sugar. That was really anticlimactic. All right, so it's been 2 to 3 weeks now. It's just about Christmas time. I'm wearing my holiday sweater, getting ready to go to a Christmas party. So I thought this was the perfect time to unveil and test the beer that has finished brewing. So I guess this is the moment of truth to test the fruits of all our labor, all this hard work going into 10.5 bottles of our magic juice here. So cheers. You know what? Say what you will, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's definitely got like a cheapness to it, but I don't know, it doesn't make me shudder as much as like a cheap, I don't know, like a Bud Light or like a Coors Light would. It doesn't have that like bite or that weird bitter, like it's got like almost like a fruity flavor to it. Carbonation, it doesn't seem to be like super carbonated, so you don't really get that refreshing kind of crisp, bubbly nature to it, but there's a bit of a weird aftertaste, but honestly, I'm like super happy with it. I think it's really good. So there's some people are upstairs getting ready for the Christmas party, so let's take it up there and see what they think. Merry Christmas! Who wants to try my crafted beer?
First one?
I mean, I tried it already.
Oh.
How this is gonna compare to your palate. Because this is my favorite beer. So.
What do you think?
It's fruity.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was saying it has like a fruity taste to it.
I like it.
Hold the label out. Make sure to hold the label out.
Are you joking?
Hey!
I was just doing it for the video. Like, what if I was just doing the whole thing? Just, oh, it's so good.
All right, give me your most elegant description of the flavor.
It is a finely crafted mahogany extract.
All right.
Beer. It's got a really oaky taste.
Does it taste like a beer? Or does it taste
like a beer.
Let me give it a smell.
It tastes like oh, try this beer.
By the time it gets to me, it's gonna taste like spit.
Yeah, it's gonna taste like spit. I thought that was my bottle.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's definitely tart. It's got a kind of, yeah. My friends used to brew cider
Mhm.
when I was in high school.
Just like that.
It kind of has that maltiness.
Yeah, I'm not making any claims that this is incredible, but Reid can attest to like the.
Yeah, I remember making this. I am
Reid,
scared though.
we've come so far.
Yeah, I don't know if
Like a sour
Do it.
child.
my palate can
Do
ready
it.
for this.
Oh my god, a good craftsman
Okay.
must always test their work.
Ah.
It doesn't taste so much like a beer to me. Like I feel like I can taste the cleansing packet still.
There's like a weird aftertaste. It's like a.
The tart. It tastes like a tart.
Like we're drinking chemicals.
That's actually painted a nice picture for me. It does kind of smell like chemicals.
There's like a weird aftertaste to it, but other than that, I'm.
Yeah, I mean
Pleasantly
it
surprised.
tastes like a carbonated sort of plastic drink.
Yeah, it doesn't have that much carbonation as I thought it was gonna have. It's
All
not
the
terrible.
sugar
Check on
tablets.
Eric there.
I kind of like it.
Oh no. All right. The opinion I've been waiting for this entire time.
Pass me mine over there.
Has an oaky smell.
You can pass me mine.
Smells like
Eric
smoke.
already made that joke.
Smells like smells like a good joke. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I like that. But I am a fruity
Out
kind
of
of
seven,
guy.
all right. Out of 17, what would you rate this?
So ready.
A number.
For what? For as long as it took, that was a success.
No, I think so too. Like I will,
Because it tastes like something that's drinkable.
but I've definitely spent a lot of money on far worse beer.
Right.
Like-
That's true.
So Reid, if you had to like say what kind of beer would we make next, what do you think you'd want to go for?
Maybe like a lager.
Yeah. What's a
Yeah.
lager?
Like you know, like just a little different than what we made.
Yeah, but
We
what's a
made-
lager?
How do you describe a lager?
Well, Reid, success, dude. We did it.
All right, there you have it. Overall, I'm very pleasantly surprised and pleased with the results. I think it turned out really good, and I'm definitely gonna drink all of this beer that we made. From kind of the generalized average of the reactions of everyone else, I think that everyone else kind of finds it, a little weird. I think that just kind of comes with the fact that it was like brewed in my kitchen by me using like a really cheap kit in a very kind of fast, expedited way. But I think everyone overall thought it was pretty good. If I had to score it, I would give it a B+ out of 10. I'm definitely open to like doing this again and exploring other different forms of brewing extract and different kinds of beers and malts and things like that. I'll put a link down in the description below to the website where you can purchase your own beer brewing kit if that is something you want to do. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching.